slowly falling down cooler闇へ but never going back touch 向かえどうして高く上げてなお大ボーナなんてもうグッバイしょこりもなくファイナカマと Need another day I will run away from nothing no more どこまでも笑がってこう今超えてく Also ready to break it up I'm not afraid yeah break it Keep it point in the dark 自分の力に変え wipe out 今ねじ曲げる視線 I never fall in I never ever care for them 今立ち向かう and I defeat myself I got ghosts, keep myself safe from backward I got ghosts, keep myself see a suspect Time away from me, stop my shadow Smoke, let us set my tongue on a fix I could Nobody knows, cause I can't flow Live fast for the
Hello YouTube, I'm back again with another video. I'm going to be talking about this TikTok psychic named Ashley Guilliard. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Might been bad for my pronunciation. But she happens to claim that she's a like renowned psychic from TikTok who can be able to read people's minds, predict the future, and see what's going on. And she's claiming that there's a professor from Idaho University, whatever, named Rebecca Schofield. That apparently Schofield was having an affair with somebody named Kaylee, and that she is somehow responsible for the homicide of 4 students at the Idaho University. And just looking at this makes me think of Psych, the show Psych, a guy named Sean, who claimed that he was a psychic, and then you had somebody like Lassiter who actually hated him, knowing that it wasn't psychic, but it was just the fact that Sean, along with Gus, they just had great instincts and how to solve crimes. But the same thing with Ashley Guilliard, but she isn't clever though, because she apparently her content basically is trying to solve crimes and basically find out criminals and be able to have all this info given out. But it's definitely not possible, you guys. You later find out that she's being sued in court from a lot of claims. That's what happens, like for frauds who try to make it out as if they're somebody who they supposedly are, but then you find out they're just complete in denial and delusional. So I don't even think Ashley Guilliard had any type of remorse that she literally slandered someone. And even if it was very true, even if you claim that you're psychic and you know what's going on, the most important thing is you always have to have the evidence in front of you and bring it to the public. You let the public know about this. But she potentially could have ruined somebody's life because of her drastic content. And here's the proof, you guys, the admission. So she's gonna while she's in court, she's gonna have to be forced to admit everything, or she might actually spend jail time in prison. If not, if she wishes to avoid any of these charges, she has to pay the victim in full. And I'm talking about the plaintiff, Rebecca Schofield. But honestly, to be real with you guys, I never believed in psychics. I can have people having great intuition, being intelligent, and being gifted, but this is definitely not the way to go. The way she's treating it, as if she knows everything. And that's the thing that bothers me about people who claim they're psychics. In actuality, they don't know anything at all. They might know something, but you're not perfect at all. But So because it's gonna be hard to explain everything because again, not keeping tabs of her entire content, but normally, again, I'm not the type to wish jail on people. But again, it's for the courts to decide what could happen to her. They get to make the decision because I feel like I honestly the only time jail should ever happen to anybody, unless they're out there like causing problems for the people, like physically, mentally, like abusing people. Like, I don't know whether people were supposed to believe her prediction or whatever. Like, the more I think about it now, I take back what I said though. Like, slander and defamation is a very serious thing, and because you are potentially putting people's lives at risk, especially when all the evidence isn't out there, and being fully aware that what you're telling people is a complete hoax, and that you know what the risks are, but you're hoping people just outright believe you. And this comes across as very narcissistic. And she's still playing it off like she did nothing wrong, and people are just combating against her, like they're the ones antagonizing her, as if they're just like trying to make it out as if they're jealous of what she's gifted, and they have no right to blame her for anything. And all she's trying to do, but all she's trying to do is help people, basically put them on the right track. When actually it's the complete opposite. So rest assured, you guys, she definitely deserves jail for time for this, because like because earlier, yes, I was thinking it was just it was just a gig, it's an act. But when you take it into real life, there are going to be like actual consequences for this. And I explained in my past videos. I'm not the only one that's been accused. Several people are, and imagine people who had to experience it. Imagine those who had to go through an entire process of like having to explain themselves and put themselves in that situation, having to be able to prove their innocence. So personally, yes, normally wishing jail time can be cruel, but again, it's for the people who actually deserve it, and she definitely owes the people that she slandered. And I'm not just speaking for this court case, because I have a feeling she's brought up a lot of people's names. So, and I wasn't entirely going to do this video, but I had viewers, I had people who brought this to my attention, and I feel I had to bring this up because to get my point across. But by looking at this video, and you need to hear this from me, guys, psychics do not exist. There's no such thing. It's just a fictional basically a fictional trait that only is mentioned, and that only exists in like movies, books, animated series, gaming. So, and I don't understand why I have to really explain that, because everybody should know this by now. If there truly were psychics, wouldn't we have witnessed it in public? When we actually see psychics like being able to basically use telekinesis, read our minds, being able to move solid objects, being able to levitate, use gravity, whatever. Um, like none of those things would ever happen. Why? Because it's a make believe. But there isn't too much to defend Ashley Guilliard. Again, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing her last name, but again, doesn't really matter too much. But it's easier to call her the TikTok psychic. So, but she's 100% guilty, and there's no way she can get around that, because you're basically telling a fib and something that would never ever occur to anybody who's like even capable. Just imagine. It's unbelievable. And there will never be a time that it will ever happen where someone could actually predict the future. There are people who may make assumption, and all of a sudden they get it correct. They be surprised to find out that they're right. But people who are psychics, they're not shocked of what they're capable of. And I do agree with what Atozi said, because again, she's putting a lot of like pressure, and has traumatized the victim, who was accused, Rebecca Schofield, and that they're going through a mental breakdown. They're nervous, they're feeling a lot of anxiety. So just imagine the amount of people that Ashley Guilliard has slandered, and why this needs to be taken seriously. Because the more I talk about this and looking into this, I just look at it as a joke at this point. I'm not amused. The only thing I'm laughing is how much in denial this person truly is. Because the only thing I find funny is like psych, and at least like he convinces you that he's psychic, but then of course it doesn't. Of course, you can't blame anyone for believing that psychics don't exist, because it's not really proven, because we have to see it to believe it. But it's just that Sean has great instincts, and funny enough, it's how they treat the situation, as well as like Gus, and he makes that funny face too. But since I'm bringing it so often, I'm thinking whether I should bring up the link. But again, nothing really funny about this situation. But at least with Sean is that he knows how to give people a good laugh, while Ashley Guilliard, or whatever her last name, it's hard to pronounce because it's very complicated. She's not able to like she's not able to bring a good joke. She's not able to like cheer among a lot of people. So not only because she's not funny, but proven entirely, even like, again, no proof needs to be shown, but she's 100% in the wrong and completely guilty of what she's mentioned of her specialty, as well as like her being trustworthy when actually she's not, and just, if anything, causing more problems and hurting a lot of situations, which could definitely affect a lot of cases, especially if law enforcement is taking notes, as well as like keeping tabs of what's going on in the real world. But again, just bringing this up, she definitely was hurting the case here. So, if I was her, I would retire from being a psychic. Gigs up. And, because I understand why it's just like Pharisees. The more you think about it, because words are a very powerful thing. Words can be a lot more hurtful than being physical. Because what you can say can affect the situation. And how the law decides to take the matter into their own hands. And unfortunately, you could, what you say can potentially manipulate a lot of people. And by giving the wrong narrative can hurt a lot of serious cases and put other innocent people at risk. So it's always best for the professionals to do their job, which she's clearly not, and let them handle it. And in this case, I don't blame law enforcement for how they acted on this, because she is not eligible, she is not fit, and she is not cooperating with them, and it's always their job to do what's right and do what they see fit is necessary. But from here on out, the way I look at it, there's nothing to defend about her. How you guys know that Ashley Guilliard is guilty and she's a complete fraud of being a psychic is because she doesn't know the names of the victims that were murdered in Idaho. On top of that, she can be a complete burden to society for making these kind of claims and trying to prove her statement that she is not wrong, and also can mislead to a lot of mishap, and also put law enforcement at serious risk, as well as giving them misinformation that could affect their investigation. How will she be able to go on about her life is beyond me. But again, I'm not going to be going too long with this video. I'm just going to have to end it there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to check for more upcoming content later in the future. Be sure to check your notifications. Comment, like, subscribe. Thank you.
Searching all along, give us a dwell along and long, without a clue, without a sign, without a grasping yet. The real question to be asked: where have I been? I'm a shapeshifter, at this masquerade, hiding both face and mind, or free for you to draw. I'm a shapeshifter, what a shit to be. Please don't take off my mask, revealing dark. Moments of calm, nothing to be found.